Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Look at all you guys popping on. Good evening, Miss B. Hello. So I typically go live over on our Facebook page every Sunday night. I walk around while I give treats. I will answer any questions that you guys have. Respond to comments. Hang out with you guys. So never hesitate to ask any question that you may have. I will try my best to answer it. I do not claim to know all, but I will try my best. Is it feeding time? Is that why they're excited? It is our treat time. So they have food out. Oh, you're grabbing my phone. Hello, Nosy. Hello, Nosy. So they have food out for most hours of the day. They have access to food. However, at night, the caretakers will come in and give out additional lettuce in our lettuce buckets that we have hanging, and then we give treats. And so tonight our treats are honeydew melon. And these guys know it is treat time. So does Coconut, which is why he is screaming at me from the geriatric ward. Good evening, everybody. Where is everyone tuning in from? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Do they respond to you because they are so familiar with you? Typically, yes. These guys are a lot more comfortable with the caretakers that they know. They get kind of stressed out with strangers, and they're not as open. Are you showing off? Look at those wings. Look at those wings. So these guys right here, how many do I have? All 5 of these guys right here are all African fruit bats. Kentucky, Scotland, Australia, California. You guys are all over the place. Are they friendly? So bats are not necessarily aggressive. I mean, they're pretty friendly. They're not, aggressive by any means. But when it comes, I will say that these guys are not affectionate. They don't like belly rubs. They don't like head scratches. I know. Hello. Here you go. They don't like kisses, that kind of stuff. They are not affectionate, which is one of the reasons why bats, people get bats as pets thinking that they're cool, affectionate animals, but they are not. Thank you for donating, Harvard grad. Thank you. I'm so used to Facebook telling me names, so now I'm going to have to shout out usernames. That will be interesting. Look at you, Miss B. What are you doing? Hi, Coco. I hear you. All right, bud. I hear you. Our loudmouth of the sanctuary, Coconut. Hi, Coco. Oh, you're not even going to show me your cute little face? There's Coco. How are Statler and Chessie? Statler and Chessie are doing fantastic. It looks like Statler has his head in a bucket back there in that corner. Miss Chunky is hanging right there, getting some snacks as well. There's my Starly girl. Miss Starly is a 25-year-old Indian flying fox. If you guys don't know, Miss Chessie, right over there, she is a 23-year-old Rodriguez fruit bat. And Statler, our king himself, over here with his head in a bucket of food. Shocker. That is our 34-year-old Indian flying fox, who we believe to be the oldest living bat in captivity. This big boy right here, this is Cappy. Caps. Would you like treat? Treat. This is our biggest boy here at the sanctuary. This is Captain. He is an Indian flying fox, just like Statler and Chessie. His wingspan is about 4 feet or so. His body length is roughly kind of like about the size of my forearm, from my wrist to my elbow. Hi, Cappy. Hi, sweet boy. Hello. Hello. Is Statler the oldest bat in residence? Yes, he is the oldest bat here at the sanctuary, and we do believe him to be the oldest living bat in captivity. He is a very, very old man. Captain is 17. He turns 18 this year, later this year. How are you doing, handsome? Captain was rescued from a zoo back in 2018, I believe. He was kept in a 6-foot by 10-foot glass enclosure with 20, I believe it's 21 or 22 other African fruit bats, which are these guys. Not the smallest bat, but not the largest, but there's a lot of them. All male and all unneutered. And so there was a lot of testosterone going on in that very, very small enclosure. It was a glass enclosure too, so it was super, super hot in there. They didn't really have much to climb around on or do. They ended up falling a lot. So when Captain first came to us, since he was kept in an enclosure with that many male bats, he was not the nicest boy when he very, very first came to us. So you can see old pictures of him, and we put those like cat caps you put on cats' nails so they don't claw on furniture. We put them on his thumbs. And so big, majestic, large bat Captain had these hot pink nail caps on his thumbs, and the pictures are so funny. But he very, very, very quickly settled in. He is the sweetest, sweetest boy now. And we love our Cappy, huh? I adopted Chessie and got a Statler t-shirt and mug. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How long have you worked with them? I have been working with them for about a year and a half now, I believe. Hi, Coco. I just ordered my stuff from oh, thank you. Thank you guys for ordering. Thank you, thank you. And thank you guys for the donations. Once upon a time, Facebook used to tell me when people donated. It would tell me, it'd say, so-and-so has donated. And for the last 6 weeks, every time I go live, it will not tell me. So, I hate it because I like being able to, thank each person who has donated. It's the smallest thing I could do is verbally thank them. But I don't know what happened with Facebook. It just stopped telling me who donated. And I wish that, Instagram told me who donated as well. I hear Sarah. Where is Sarah? I just heard her. Hi, Coco. I hear you too, buddy. Oh, hello. Where are you going? Hi, Cokes. Hi, Cokes. Oh, you just grabbed the door. Okay. Let go of the door so I can open it. No, I can't give you a treat if I can't open the door. Goof. You goof. He's like, treat, woman. Treat. So, if you don't know, this is our geriatric enclosure right here. It is one long continuous, there are 2 sets of doors, but it is one long continuous enclosure, and that is where our old guys go to retire. A lot of our bats in their old age have developed things like arthritis, which makes it very hard for them to, or not very hard, but it makes it hard for them to move around, hang from the ceiling. They start kind of falling. And stuff like that. And so this enclosure is very, very padded. It's shorter, so they have, a shorter distance if they were to accidentally fall. It is also very, very padded. We have multiple layers of padding in here, and we have food in every crevice of this enclosure. For example, on this side, we have a juice bottle right there. That's a bowl of our main bulk food with lettuce on top. We've got a treat bowl, another food bowl. This is another food bowl with lettuce, net with a huge chunk of honeydew right here, a water bottle. There's food that's on the ground as well because guys like Mr. Amos right there, who is a 26-year-old, who's about to turn 27-year-old Jamaican Fruit Bat. He likes to eat, a lot of those guys like to eat on the ground. They lay on the ground. Amos and Enzo are pretty guilty of eating a little bit and taking a nap and then eating a little bit more and then taking another nap. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. So I mentioned it at the beginning of my live stream, but if you guys are just now popping on, I usually go live on our Facebook page every week. I walk around at night while I give out treats. If you guys have any questions, never hesitate to ask. I will do my absolute best to answer them. But why are they enclosures? Are they not allowed to freely roam? So this is, what I'm standing in right now is our fruit bat enclosure. So I'm kind of standing back in the corner, and I'll give you a quick little pan over. There's Robin. Hi, Robin and Henry. Hello, hello. You guys can already hear your boys screaming. This is our fruit bat enclosure. Go through those double doors. It's actually still kind of daylight, so you guys might be able to see. Usually when I go live on Facebook, it is too dark, and we're not really able to see the flight enclosure. And so those are some of our rescue dogs that are here at the facility as well. But this is our semi-outdoor flight enclosure. We have these 2 giant bay doors that open up that allow a lot of, natural light and air to come in. But this is a 3,000 square foot enclosure. And within this enclosure, we have our geriatric ward. So this is one long continuous ward right here, which is where our older guys go to retire. A lot of times, once they... Some of our older guys will start developing arthritis and other things in their olden age, which makes it hard for them to move around, and they start falling, stuff like that. And so this is a smaller enclosure that has multiple layers of padding if anybody were to accidentally fall. It has food in every corner and crevice of this enclosure, and this is just where our older guys are. A lot of these guys like to hang out in these hammocks. This is Coconut. He is our resident loudmouth. Here you go, my love. Oh, that was my bad. Here you go, buddy. You got it. You got it. Coconut is a 25-year-old straw-colored African fruit bat. Right over here is Miss Starly. She is a 25-year-old Indian flying fox. Pretty girl. That is the man, the myth, the legend, Statler's butt, as he is burying his whole head in this bucket of lettuce right here. He is a 34-year-old Indian flying fox. We actually believe him to be the oldest living bat in captivity. Then this sweet girl right here. Hi, Chunky. This is Miss Chessie. Chunky Chessie is a 23-year-old Rodriguez fruit bat. Would you like a treat? Sometimes she takes, there you go. You want a treat, don't you, sugar girl? So all of these guys are super, super old. Coco, can you say hi to Robin and Henry? Can you say hi to your people? Hi, Coco Puff. He's still in that bowl. Is he okay? He is perfectly, he's eating. That bowl is full of food, so you can see him moving around. He is eating. He's got a big old chunk. That is, we put lettuce in that bowl, or in that bucket right there, and we top it with some giant pieces of sweet potato as well, because they love sweet potato. This is our captain. Hi, Caps. You are pretty nosy tonight, huh? You are nosy, all up in everybody's business. Hello, everyone. But yes, these guys, this is a 3,000 square foot enclosure, and these guys can fly around and move about all day long. This is amazing. I don't do Facebook, so I've never got to see anything like this. This is amazing. Well, thank you for joining. Yeah, usually, oh, that was a Corellia that almost just landed on my hand. Usually I do go live on Facebook every week. However, this week I decided to hop on Instagram instead. I usually do it on Sunday nights while I give treats and just walk around and answer y'all's questions, give treats, talk to my bats like a crazy bat lady. And I just decided I wanted to give Instagram a shot. So I might maybe every other week or maybe every few weeks, I might hop on here and go live on here instead of Facebook. Our visitors allowed. We are actually closed to the public. We do not offer any kind of tours or anything like that. These guys, a lot of these guys, all of our fruit bats have been either rescued from zoos, the very, very cruel exotic pet trade, or research. because fruit bats are not native to the United States. There's only insect-eating bats in the United States. But a lot of these guys have come from very sad, abusive, neglected pasts. And strangers, high foot traffic, that kind of, oh, thank you for peeing right on camera, but not hitting me. That was very sweet of you. So strangers, foot traffic, that kind of stuff stresses them out. And our number one priority is our bats. We want to make sure that they have the most peaceful lives as possible. And make sure they are happy and healthy. So that is why we do not offer. Look at that wing. Look at that big wing, buddy. Hi, sweet boys. Hi, sweet boys. That is why we're not open to the public. However, with that being said, we do have 5 bat cams on our website that live stream 24/7. So you can pop on and see what we are up to, or what our bats are up to anytime. What is the average lifespan of a bat depending on the type? It definitely depends on the type of bat. Roughly, I'm going to say for fruit bats, very rough on average, live to be around 15 years in the wild and anywhere like 20 to 30 in captivity. Again, depending on the species, insect-eating bats can sometimes live longer, or, are any fruit bats. Yes, we are in the fruit bat enclosure, so all of these guys are fruit-eating bats. We currently have 400 permanent residents here at Bat World Sanctuary, 300 of which are fruit-eating bats. We have 6 different species of fruit bats, and we have 4 different species. Where are you going? She's like, I'm trying to get a treat. I don't know where you're going. We have 4 different species of insect-eating bats that are in another enclosure. Right out here, let me see if I can show. There's a little hallway right here, and then that whole enclosure right over there is our insect-eating bat enclosure. What are you guys doing? Where are you going? Where's everyone going? What are their favorite fruits? It varies on the bat, honestly. Every single bat has a different favorite food. Each of these guys have such, hi Sarah, have such vastly different personalities. Statler's favorite fruits are grapes and papaya. Chessie definitely prefers either sweet potato, which is not a fruit, but sweet potato, or excuse me, honeydew. Goodness. Chessie's favorite food of all time is sweet potato by far. Please continue to mix Instagram in. Yes. We use red light because these guys cannot see the color red. And so the red light is a little bit easier on their eyeballs. Bats. No, bats are not dangerous. Hi guys, what are you guys doing? Thank you for the donation. Thank you guys. Thank you for the donations. Yeah, I see a bunch of you guys saying you don't do Facebook. I don't blame you. Are you a volunteer? Are you employed there? I am employed here. I am the senior director here. There's my Sarah Bear. I was reading comments and I look up and she's like, hello. Do they ever bite? If they are truly threatened, they will bite out of fear. We are all very trained, very trained to handle them and interact with them in a way that they don't feel threatened. They're not scared. So they rarely ever bite out of fear. Every once in a while, they will snag a finger. Usually, they'll nibble if we're given treats, but it never hurts. They don't bite down very hard. So, but yeah, these guys are not very aggressive. I mean, they're not aggressive animals. Hi, Cap. Hi, Cappy boy. How big can they grow? It depends on the species. Our smallest, here, let me see if I can find, I'll probably have to go under the roost. Here's hi, baby. This is a Jamaican fruit bat. These guys, their body size usually tops out around oh gosh, like 3.5 inches or so. I don't want to spook you. This is my finger in comparison. So that is one of our smaller species. This one is digging in. This is, hi Crinkle. I see your little face right there. These are two of our troughs, our food troughs. However, our smallest fruit-eating bat, I made a post today, the ones that we're grooming. Let me see if I can find any. It's the species that is Lil Drac. If you guys have been around for many, many years, Lil Drac was our original viral video. There's a Corolla. These guys are also known as Sebas, short-tailed fruit bats, or Corollas. These guys, their body size usually tops out about 2.5 inches. Very, very, very small. But then Captain, for example, is our biggest boy here at the sanctuary. He is an Indian flying fox, just like Statler and Starly. His wingspan is about 4 feet. His body size is, gosh, I compare it, I mean, like, I'm a 23-year-old woman, about to my wrist to my elbow. Maybe like the size of a small cat. I don't really know. But so it depends on the species, how big they get. Bats can get pretty big or pretty small. How do you tell the difference between all of them? Their personalities, by far. Every single one of these guys have different personalities, whether it be the sounds that they make, their favorite foods, their favorite treats, the way that they move and are, just exist. Some are more shy and reserved. Some take treats differently than others. They're all different. Kind of like when you think of dogs. If you have, say you have 7, Rottweilers in front of you that all look the same, but they're all going to have different personalities. So bats are kind of similar in the sense that they all are very, oh goodness, there was Sarah, goofball. Hello, little bats and everyone. Did I miss lots of the, hi Varna Cat, hello, hello. I don't know, how long have I been live? 22 minutes. So no, you haven't missed quite a lot, but no time like the present to catch up. How do they pee? Well, that's a great example. This is Captain peeing and pooping. They invert. So typically they hang by their feet and move. Also, they move around with their thumbs. However, they will invert, and so they will hang by their thumbs. Their legs hang down, and they will pee and poop like that. Do they like to be pet? They do not. Bats are not affectionate animals whatsoever. They do not like their belly scratched. They don't like their tummies rubbed. They don't like their heads scratched. They don't like kisses. They don't like any of that. A lot of people, would like to believe so, especially when they keep them as pets, which bats are not pets. But these guys are not affectionate. They are not aggressive by any means. They will come up to us, certain ones, and take treats from us and stuff like that, but they don't like to be loved on. A lot of these guys, so since fruit bats are not native to the United States, all of these guys have been either rescued from zoos, the pet trade, or research as well. We have some that were rescued from research. And a lot of people think that these guys are pets, and they're not. Bats need to live in colonies of at least 30 to 40. They are very, very social animals. They need very large, extensive flight enclosures. Ours, for example, is about 3,000 square feet, so they cannot survive in bird cages. There's Sarah. They have very extensive diets, and bats are not pets. So that's why a lot of ours have been rescued from the pet trade, because people get them as pets. And typically, when kept as pets, they don't live more than a year or so. How long have you worked there? I love that you know them all by name. I've been here about 1.5 years now. There goes Sarah again, my sweet girl. Sarah is an Egyptian fruit bat who follows me around all night long. That is my girl. She lands on me, gives treats. Sarah was kept as a pet. They said, actually, I made a post about her recently. What are you guys doing? I made a post about her recently. She was rescued from Pennsylvania last year in June-ish. But yeah, she was being kept as a pet, and her owners were trying to sell her because she was aggressive. And so they moved her to a bird cage in the hall all by herself. And, you know, we're claiming she's so aggressive. But if you guys have seen, I mean, videos I've posted and my weekly live streams, she's not aggressive. Do you have a favorite? Sarah is I can't choose a favorite, but Sarah is my girl. I love that little girl so very, very much. Coconut, me and Coco are pretty close. Captain and I love me some Captain. Thank you for hanging out, Tato Wolf. When a new bat comes in, how long does it take for them to acclimate to the rest? It depends. Not very long at all, honestly. Baxter is a good example of that. So Baxter came to us last year. He was rescued from the pet. What are you doing? Baxter was rescued from the pet trade as well. Let me see if I can go find him, because he usually hangs out somewhere. Oh goodness. Hello, friends. Where's Bax? Is that him back there? No, that's... What are you guys doing hanging on that water bottle? Look how cute you guys are. I do not see Baxter. He's usually hanging around here in the middle somewhere. Oh, there he is. Oh, and he just flew off. Goof. Baxter came to us last year. He was kept as a pet. And, you know, I just mentioned that typically when kept as pets, bats don't survive. Here, Sarah. Will you come here? They don't survive more than a year. But Baxter had somehow managed to survive 12 years being kept as a pet. Complete solitude. He lived by himself. And so when Baxter, we arranged transport and moved him across many states to get him here safely and soundly. Sarah, what are you doing? Come here. Come here, you goof. She usually lands in my hand. Sarah Bear. Sarah Bear. Sugar girl. There she goes. Oh, and she missed. When he finally arrived here, we immediately brought him into our enclosure, or our fruit bat enclosure. And y'all, when I say the expression on this bat's face after hearing other bats for the first time in 12 years, it is bone chilling. I can't express to you. I can't describe the amount of excitement and just relief and love on that little bat's face when he heard, you know, his people for the first time in 12 years. And so he came in and he settled in right away, and he is happy boy. I watch small I watch small bats fly around my yard every evening. Do bat houses actually attract bats to my yard? So the only thing that will attract bats to your yard is insects. Bat houses, I highly suggest putting up a bat house so that they do, you know, have a place to move in. We, on our website, do have a whole page all about bat houses that will answer pretty much any question that you have. It has so much information on that page, but yes, I highly suggest putting up a bat house. Unfortunately, any of the kind of like gimmicky scents and like all that kind of stuff doesn't work. There's unfortunately not really anything that you can put out that will attract bats. What do they eat? So these guys are fruit bats, but along with fruit, they also eat a lot of veggies like sweet potato, lettuce. They love bell peppers, they love squash and pumpkin, and they love a bunch of different things. I'll walk over. We have food all around the enclosure, but this is what we call like our feeding tree, because this is kind of the bulk area of their food, which we have a camera that live streams 24/7, one of our bat cams right here. So you will see these are what are you doing? Goof. We have 8 of these very large troughs right here, which they have already made a mess of. But this has their like bulk food, which is apple and banana. There's a little bit of fruit cocktail mixed in there. We'll put sweet potato. We will put bell pepper. We'll put chopped up pretty much anything. We've got, I think, 25 of these nets hanging around the enclosure. So tonight we've got, most of them have sweet potato, and that is a bell pepper. This is a yellow bell pepper right here. We will put out giant heads of lettuce in these nets as well. We've got some nets that have mango. We'll put grapes. We will put, again, pumpkin, sweet potato, bell pepper, squash. We will put, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, all kinds of stuff. We've got these buckets, a bunch of these buckets, which there's someone chowing down. A bunch of these buckets around the enclosure as well that have lettuce in them. What are you doing? Hi. Hi, sweet baby. Would you like a treat? Would you like, no, you don't want a treat? That's okay. You want a treat. I know you want a treat. So there are a bunch of foods that they eat. Do they get into fights? That is a great question. So yes, we do have 300 bats in this enclosure, spanning with 6 different species. So we do often get that question if they fight, but they don't. They all get along very swimmingly. They will squabble. Everyone, oh, was that, I'm sorry. Did you not like that one? Did you not like that one? Here you go. They will squabble at each other, like they'll just like yell at each other, but that's about it. Just like that. That sound was an unhappy sound. Oh, I just dropped a treat. Oh, there's Baxter. There's Bax. Hi, buddy. Hi. You want a treat? Sweet boy. So this was the bat that I was talking about that was rescued after being being owned as a pet for 12 years. Hi, buddy. Unfortunately, this sweet boy is missing a lot of his teeth. He can still eat just fine, but the sweet baby boy. But yes, when I was talking a couple minutes ago, if anybody is just tuning in, I was talking about, because bats are not pets, and this little boy was kept in solitude alone for 12 years, and just looking at his face, watching his facial expression when he heard other bats for the first time in 12 years was just absolutely, chills. Do they know their names? Do they respond like cats and dogs? I am going to say no. Every once in a while, it kind of seems like they do, whether it's a head turn or what have you, but I believe they more so respond to the sounds of our voices. They definitely know their caretakers' voices more than anything. Thank you, guys. There is absolutely nothing to be scared of. Hi, John. Hello, hello. Do they drink blood at all? No, we do not have any vampire bats here at the sanctuary. There are in total about 1,400 different species of bats, and only 2 of which are vampire bats. And those guys can only be found in South America. But we do not have any here at the sanctuary. How much food do you go through per day? We order roughly, it's like 950 pounds of fruit every week. So divide that by 7, somewhat above 100 pounds every day. Does the grid in which they claw to limit the way the growth of their claw? No, this grid, this mesh, it's not really mesh. I mean, it's like hard plastic. That is just so that they can easily crawl around. Good words. Don't mind me. ADHD. Hi, Sarah. What are you doing, sweet girl? Hi, Sarah Bear. It's just a easier material so that they can move around on, but we do have a lot of materials in our enclosure so where their nails do naturally file down, just like they do in the wild. Do you have a favorite type of bat and why? Probably, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't have it, because I appreciate, it's typical caretaker. I don't have a favorite. I appreciate each species for their different characteristics. I mean, our Africans are definitely more outgoing than anything, which are the ones you see most in our live streams that take treats. I think the Egyptians are super cute. Just look at that face. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah Bear. So it kind of depends. Oh no. What kind of health protocol do bats need? Yearly shots or just a proper feeding exercise regimen? Yes. More so they don't need yearly shots, but definitely a proper diet. They have a pretty extensive dietary needs, and they need very, very large flight enclosures. Bats are also a very, very intelligent species. Their intelligence level is up there equivalent to dolphins. So if you guys have noticed while I'm walking around, we have a lot of enrichment in these enclosures. So we have toys everywhere. We have pinwheels. We have these little balls that have bells in them. We have a bunch of different types of treat puzzles. This is one that we have this like PVC situation right here where we put treats in here. This is another treat puzzle where they have to figure out how to get treats out of there. We have Dixie cups. This is another treat puzzle where we put 2 little treats here in this compartment, close and turn, and they have to figure out how to open it. We have stuffed animals. We have toys and games and little puzzle things. The Corollias, the tiny little guys, absolutely their favorite toy of all time are these cat crinkle balls. And we have them in this thing so that they, dig them out, and they will fly around with these guys. They will throw them around. They will drop them and pick them back up again. We've got, let me see, I don't have any toys in there. We have 3, though there's no toys in there because they've all taken them out and they're all over the floor. We have 3 toy buckets in the enclosure and 1 outside in the semi-outdoor flight enclosure, with different toys in them. We have little stuffies, another crinkle ball. We've got some like little Converse shoes that are really cute. Let me see if I can find one. Just like little things that these guys will play around with. We have these things called babble balls that they love to play with, and it's super, super funny. But yes, these guys are highly intelligent and need a lot of enrichment, and they need to keep their minds going. What are you doing, Goof? Hey. Just take your treat. Don't worry about anybody else. Why? Oh, speaking of peeing and pooping, why do they pee and poop? Because you have to dispose of your what you intake into your body somehow. How do bats wash themselves? They groom themselves, I guess, just like any other animal with their mouths. They use their tongues and clean themselves. Bats are actually very, very, very clean animals. And keep themselves spectacularly clean. Where do y'all move them when you have to clean? We don't. We do not move them when we clean. We clean in the morning, right as they are kind of going to bed. We get here about 7 o'clock in the morning. These are our 2 main roosts. So these guys will all go under the roost, tuck in for the night, and go to sleep, and we just clean the enclosure with them still in here. They don't really fly around or anything. Hi, Sarah. What is their favorite fruit? It depends on the bat that you ask. Captain's favorite fruit is by far honeydew. Statler's is either grapes or papaya. But kind of the unanimous favorite treat is either cantaloupe or honeydew melon. Do bats give birth at all? Yes, they are mammals, so they do have live births. But with that being said, all of our male bats here at the sanctuary are neutered to prevent them from breeding, because we want to keep that open space for more rescues. They're so cute when they eat. They are. And Captain provides some insane ASMR smacking sounds half the time when he eats treats. Go, babies. Let me see if I can get up close and personal. Let's hear it. You goof. I am starting to run out of treats. There's Sarah. Where'd she go? Oh, she's back there. He does chew loud. He does. He's very, very rude. He doesn't know personal space. You goof. I mentioned earlier, a couple times, this is Captain. This is our biggest boy here at the sanctuary. He is a 17-year-old Indian flying fox. He was rescued from a zoo a couple of years ago. I believe it was 2018. But he was kept in a 6-foot by 10-foot glass enclosure with 21 or 22, I think it was 21 other straw-colored African fruit bats, which are those guys right there. All males, none of them neutered, so there's a lot of testosterone going on in that enclosure, and it was a glass enclosure, so it got really, really hot. But look at this happy boy. He is living his best life now. Do mama bats only give birth to one kid at a time? It depends on the species. Some species can give birth to more than one. I saw a bat in the daytime last summer and on a very hot flying day, then climbing on the side of a building. Was the bat in distress? And if so, what should I have done? It depends. If you see a bat out in daylight, that does not necessarily mean, you know, a lot of people's first thoughts are rabies, but that does not mean, you know, they are more likely to have rabies than anything else. It's not extremely uncommon to see a bat in daylight, especially it kind of depends on the different types of species, or different species rather, not types of species. But if you guys ever find a bat on the ground or hanging on the side of a building or a porch or kind of hanging low anywhere, really, if you guys ever do find a bat, just give us a call. If you have any question whatsoever, give us a call and we are more than happy to answer. We have a database on our website. If you go to our website and click find a bat and locate a rescuer, we have a database where you can type in your zip code, and we have rescuers all around the world. I mean, all around the world. Obviously, the bulk of them we have in America. However, we do have contacts all around the world. So we will see if there is, you know, we will assess the situation, see if the guy, you know, the little guy needs help. What are you doing? You get all that melon juice. See if the little guy needs help, and if he does, then we will get you in contact with the nearest rehabber to you. And then we will provide you, thank you for crawling away to go to the bathroom. That was very sweet of you, Captain. And then we will provide instructions after. Do you guys ever do ultrasounds on the female bats to see if they are pregnant? All of our male bats are neutered upon intake, so we do not have any reproducing bats. How do zoos get away with not taking care of them properly? That's a great question. Are you a graduate student in biology, animal sciences? None of us actually went to college. All of the employees here at the facility do not have a degree. Just a passion, determination, dedication to the animals. We have taken rehabilitation classes and stuff like that, but so we're all properly trained, but we have not taken any, we don't have college degrees. Hi from Santa Cruz, California. Hello, hello. Why the red light? These guys cannot see the color red, and so the light is a little less harsh on their eyeballs. A little less harsh. Sorry, I meant when you take in new female bats. Yes, we do actually. We do have an ultrasound machine. That we will see if they are pregnant. If we believe them to be pregnant. I am running out of treats pretty quickly here. I'm at like the bottom of my little bucket. What are you doing? What are you hanging on that ball? You cutie. What is this little one's name? This is Ronan. This is Roni. Who is taking his time eating that treat? He's a slow eater. Here you go, buds. You want another? Are there any chance you can show? Yeah, let's go see him. Hello, Coco. Here's Miss Starly, my little ham for the camera. Hi, baby. Starly is a 25-year-old Indian flying fox. She is the same species as Captain and Stat. This is Miss Chunky Butt, Chunky Chessie. Chessie is a 23-year-old Rodriguez fruit bat. Chunks. Coco back there, loud boy. I literally have like tiny little pieces. Would you like to just like eat out of my hand, friend? Here you go, buddy. Chunky, would you like a melon treat? You got it. Good girl, baby. And we got Statler, who has his head in a bucket of food and is getting himself all dirty. What are you doing, Stat Bat? Let me see if I can. Oh, sorry, buddy. Let me see if I got any any remnants. Here you go, buds. You need a bath, huh, buddy? This is Statler. This is our old man who is all dirty because if you guys have been hanging out with me for a little while, he has been he puts his whole head in this bucket of food right here. And we have bananas hanging over there, and he will put his whole head like in the peel. Gets himself all dirty. But he is a 34-year-old Indian flying fox. We do believe him to be the oldest living bat in captivity. What are you doing, sweet boy? What are you doing? All right, good night, my loves. You're like right behind this. Hi, buddies. Hi, buds. Hi, sweet boys. Hi, sweet boys. Hello. Hello. Hi, babies. Hi guys, what are you guys doing? Good night. Good night, Robin. Happy Mother's Day, Robin. Thank you for always hanging out with me. Good night, Henry. Where do those bats come from, girl? So these guys are fruit bats. The fruit bats are not native to the United States. These guys have been either rescued from zoos, the the cruel exotic pet trade, or research. A lot of our older, we took in, let me see, there's one of them. There's a little Jamaican who's going ham on some melon. We have, oh gosh, it was over 2 decades ago, 27 Jamaican fruit bats were rescued from DNA research. Of which included Enzo, a 28-year-old Jamaican who is frequently featured. That little man right there. What's up, Enzy? What's up, Enzo? He is 28 years old, as well as Amos, who is right back here. That's Amos. He is 26. These guys are featured on our Instagram a lot, but these guys were having DNA research conducted on them that we rescued them from. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love doing these live streams, and I am so happy to. I love, hanging out with you guys, answering questions, spreading my bat love, you know, all the things I love to do. I never get, you guys probably know I never get sick of talking about my babies. So thank you. And thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And why is there a red light? I don't know anything about bats. No worries. We use a red light because bats cannot see the color red. And so it will be it's a little less harsh on their eyeballs since it is nighttime right now. What is a bat's lifespan? It depends on the species. Every species, it definitely did. Bat booty. Yeah, it is. Yeah, look at that bat booty. It depends on the species. Roughly for fruit bats in the wild, again, depending on the species, I would say on average around 15 years in the wild and anywhere like 20 to 30 in captivity. Obviously, our stat bat at 34 years old is kind of proving that wrong, but he is a he's a rare boy. All right, y'all, I am going to call it a night. I am officially out of treats. Hi from Brazil. Hello, hello. I'm going to call it a night. I'm officially out of treats. So that is the end of my live stream. Thank you guys for coming to hang out with me tonight. I do go live on our Facebook every week. And hang out with you guys, answer questions. I think I'll try to go live more so on Instagram. Maybe every other week, every few weeks or so. Who knows? I love hanging out with you guys. It is always a good time. Walking around, giving treats, answering questions, all of that stuff. So thank you guys for absolutely everything tonight. Thank you guys for asking questions, and thank you for the donations, and thank you for hanging out with me and loving on my bats just like I do. So I will see you guys maybe next week, maybe the week after, if you catch me on Facebook or what have you. But I will definitely see you guys later. Good night, everyone.